Hey, what's up everyone? My name is College Sports Revived and welcome back to the College Hoops 2K Legacy Mode series featuring the legendary Coach Carter and UT Martin. The Skyhawks won the Ohio Valley Conference title with ease last episode, and we were rewarded with the 13th seed in the South region and look to take on the 4th seed, the Georgetown Hoyas, for our final chance at a March Madness victory under Coach Carter. This series has gone on 6 seasons. We've made 2 NCAA tournaments, and they both resulted in losses, falling short to Memphis and Kansas in close battles. But with so much on the line today, Coach Carter and his players know what's at stake today, as it's the last chance for Coach Carter to sport a victory with UT Martin. And unlike the matchups against Memphis and Kansas, Georgetown is a very methodical team. Despite being athletic, they don't push the tempo much, but they will jam you on defense with some man and some 2-3. It's going to be a battle of 2 of the top 30 defenses in the entire country. UT Martin ranks 22nd nationally in least points per game allowed, and Georgetown is right behind them at 27th, which is a very impressive feat in the Big East Conference. Something else that may come as a surprise due to their 11-7 conference record is Georgetown was actually the regular season champs of the Big East. They boast the best win percentage in the league and were the top rebounding and defensive team in the entire Big East as well. So let's check out their season schedule to see their path to the tournament. The Hoyas were hot before Christmas, opening up the season with 11 straight out of the gate, but they fell to Pitt to open up league play. They had some big wins down the stretch though, including sweeping Villanova on this season, but when the Big East tournament came around, the Hoyas were upset in the first round by Marquette, who finished with a 500 record. But as we check out the box score of that game, we have our first introduction to someone who is competing for college basketball Player of the Year, Tarik Niland, a 6'10 senior. He poured in 48 points versus Marquette, knocked down a couple threes, and almost single-handedly avoided the upset. Niland is a projected NBA lottery pick, and for good reason. This kid is the truth. He can score from all 3 levels, shooting 37% from 3 on 69 attempts, and he can handle the rock. He draws a lot of contact in the paint, shooting 11 free throws in that Marquette game. And even though he's not the smartest defender, he makes up for it with crazy athleticism and leaping ability. UT Martin will have their hands full with this young man, as Niland is the go-to guy on offense. But the Hoyas do surround him with some talented guards like 6'5 marksman Eric Suttle. He leads the Hoyas in assists per game and 3-point percentage at 41%. A freshman power forward, Dylan Nolan, he joins Niland in the front court and has a sweet shot from mid-range. Kareem Valsine is a 6'5 point guard who does a little bit of everything on the floor. And at small forward, they start a 6'7 freshman, Davario Hadley, who is already one of the best slashers you'll see in college basketball. Georgetown also has 7 players who average at least 4 rebounds in contest. Overall, this is a very talented team, and we have to game plan accordingly. So how about we talk about that game plan? UT Martin, they finish up their pregame shoot-around, and Coach Carter rallies his players around the whiteboard back in the locker room to identify their keys to a win today. First and foremost, we have to put a game plan to contain Tarik Niland. Blaine Fry is our best interior defender and one of the best in the entire tournament, and he'll follow Niland everywhere he goes, and Coach Carter wants the guard on that side to drop down to provide some double teams. Tarik Niland actually leads Georgetown in turnovers a game with 3 giveaways a game, so perhaps the extra pressure will force him into bad decisions. Number 2, Georgetown has a lot of physicality on defense. They aren't afraid to get up into your grill, but that doesn't mean we can play scared. Even if we get blocked at the rim or miss a few layups, we can't stop attacking, says Coach Carter. And maybe if we get lucky, we can force Tarik Niland into some foul trouble, as he actually averages over 3 personals a game. Niland doesn't have many weaknesses, but between the turnovers and the fouls, these are 2 weak spots we have to take advantage of. Number 3, everyone needs to help on the glass. Pure and simple. Georgetown led the Big East in rebounding, and everyone in their starting 5 is at least 6'5", so it's important to control the glass to pull off an upset. Number 4, we need to get Jock Diggs going, our best offensive weapon. Diggs was incredible in the regular season, averaging close to 20 points a game, but in the 3-game conference tournament last episode, he was completely neutralized, scoring only 11 a game and also boasted an ugly field goal percentage. Diggs is a senior, he is our captain, and his success is crucial today. And finally, number 5, played very smart today. Georgetown doesn't run a lot, but let's limit our mistakes and turnovers to not give them any ideas to push the tempo in the open floor. So, these right here are the 5 keys to the game that could lead to a win. If we stick to this game plan, we might have a shot at this upset tonight. So, let's get it. UT Martin travels to the Sunshine State for the first weekend of the NCAA Tournament, and I'll send it over to Vern Lundquist and Bill Rafferty, who have the pregame introduction. UT Martin, Georgetown, round of 64. It's coming at you up next.
Get ready for College Hoops 2K8. The Tennessee Martin Skyhawks battle the Georgetown Hoyas. Welcome, basketball fans, to the first round of March Madness. We're here at the St. Pete Times Forum. I'm Vern Lundquist with my partner, Bill Rafferty, and our sideline reporter, Tracy Wolfson. Give us your take, Bill.
This game features a matchup between two outstanding big fellas. Niland is considered one of the absolute top centers in the nation today. He has such an understanding of the game. He never gets rattled and always makes good decisions. Fry is also very capable at center. He's such an impressive scorer in the post. Once he gets it in tight, he won't be denied. Both looking to lead their teams to a win.
Well, this is it, guys. This is our last chance to get an upset win here with UT Martin in the tournament before Coach Carter moves on to another school next season. Both clubs are ready. The referee tips off the ball, and we are off and running in the first weekend of the NCAA Tournament. Georgetown, the 4th seed. UT Martin, the 13th seed. Let's get things underway here tonight. Georgetown feeding the potential player of the year candidate at the high post. He'll give a screen to Eric Suttle, as Georgetown going very methodical on this first possession until Eric Suttle will break open for a three-pointer. Very confident stroke right there. Suttle, a 6'5" sophomore, gets us off and running. He's made 28 three-pointers on the season now, shooting 42%. So let's see what Coach Carter and UT Martin have in store here on their first possession. Betancourt to Diggs. He'll receive a screen from Tarik Niland. He wants the baseline in. Will receive some contact from Tarik Niland. Obviously, we all know how big of a factor that may play, perhaps potentially getting Tarik Niland into foul trouble, as we discussed Jacques Diggs. In the regular season, he was great. 19.4 points per game, 43% shooting from the field, but then in the postseason, the conference tournament, in 3 games, he only posted 13 points a night on 31% shooting. So obviously it was night and day between preseason and postseason. Diggs makes 1 of 2 as we try to get our team captain going here in the first couple possessions. Eric Suttle again drives. This time he will assist to Kareem Valsine, a 6'5" junior. Everybody in the Georgetown starting 5 is at least 6'5". He averages 5.5 points, 3.5 assists. So Georgetown takes a 5-1 lead here in the early goings as we see Tarik Niland met with a double, but instead he'll assist to Davario Hadley. I talked pregame about this freshman's ability to slash a little bit. That was a beautiful take. Tarik Niland, man, making some nice passes here out of the high post as he's still not on the board yet. As we approach 2 minutes here in the contest, Betancourt wants to screen, but it's cut off nicely by Valsine as he looks cross-court. Diggs wants the baseline, this time on the left side, and this one is sent back. Niland got a piece of it. Georgetown does lead the Big East in blocks per game as well, and they're making things really hard for UT Martin here in the early goings. Now we see Hadley. Now he wants to take it, but Teron Gardner provides some help very nicely. Good job defending without fouling, and UT Martin finally forces a stop. Now Betancourt wants to drive, kick out. Diggs inside the arc, but he will knock it down. The first field goal on the day for the Skyhawks as Diggs starts out with a quick 3 points. Now 12:35 left to go in the first half. Inside, Tarik Niland is sent back, but Blaine Fry is whistled for a pretty cheap foul. So we see the potential National Player of the Year step to the free throw line and toe it for his first 2 shot attempts. Obviously, this is a player that doesn't need much introduction as he splits his 2 free throw attempts. 24.2 points per game, 6th in the nation, but the stats we're focused on are his 3 turnovers and fouls per game. But Jacques Diggs almost has it stolen from him by Dylan Nolan, the freshman power forward. Georgetown continuing to play suffocating defense here in the first couple minutes. The inbound goes back to Diggs. Here we go with Betancourt, hop-stepping his way to the elbow, almost gives it away again. 3 seconds left to shoot on this possession. Diggs makes something out of nothing though. He'll ride the baseline for a 3rd time. And Tarik Niland is whistled for his 2nd personal foul. Oh man, this could be a huge change in momentum as Niland he will check out in favor of Donovan Grove, who plays 18 minutes a game. He's a senior off the bench from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Diggs knocks down one of two here as it actually goes into Dylan Nolan on the next possession, but Gardner holds firm once again. Okay, so UT Martin getting a couple stops here in the last few possessions. Betancourt, what a touch pass. Out to the perimeter. The sharpshooter Diggs snipes the Hoyas defense. And he's got a quick 7 points. We're getting the team captain going here early. So, about 5 minutes off the clock, UT Martin sports their first lead of the first round. Davario Hadley and Kareem Valsine doing a little two-man game as Kareem beats Darnay off the dribble. Betancourt, the 6'7" point guard, the transfer from Oklahoma, he is probably our best perimeter defender, but Valsine made him look silly on that possession. So Georgetown back out in front. Diggs to Fry, now to Gardner, who goes one-on-one against Dylan Nolan, and he makes the freshman pay down in the low post. Gardner with a quick 2 field goals, as he's made both of them as well. So changing the leads here back and forth. UT Martin again out in front, 11-10, and this backdoor pass is picked off. Davario Hadley too complacent on that pass. Diggs looks for some assistance, and it comes in the form of Teron Gardner. Back-to-back buckets for Gardner. The Hoyas use their first timeout of the game as UT Martin enjoys a 12-2 run. 9:14 left to go in the first half. NCAA Tournament coming back after this. I know it's just a handful of possessions, but the Hoyas have looked like a completely different team ever since their team captain, Tarik Niland, went out of the game with those 2 personal fouls. Now 8:44 left to go as we check back in with UT Martin continuing to scorch the nets. Betancourt assisted to Diggs twice in the first 2 minutes, and now Diggs returns the favor for Darnay to get on the stat sheet. So UT Martin with their biggest lead of the contest, now up 7. Now it's a 16-2 run for the UT Martin Skyhawks. They continue to look great as Betancourt will feed the low post to Blaine Fry. Makes the extra pass. It's contested for Diggs, and he still puts it through. Jacques Diggs is feeling himself. The microwave is heating up. 2 for 3 from 3 in the first couple minutes. Diggs looks great, but Blaine Fry will then end the consecutive basket streak for UT Martin as Dusty Harrison checks in for the Skyhawks in favor of Evan Schneiderman as Donovan Grove stops the bleeding a little bit there. Evan Schneiderman and Dusty Harrison, a junior and a sophomore, they've split time at the small forward position this year. Schneiderman started 14 games and Dusty Harrison started 16 as the shot selection for the Hoyas continues to be pretty poor. There's Eric Suttle forcing it as Diggs, nobody can stop the ball. And 1 for the team captain. Look how fast he covered 94 feet. Diggs has some burners, doesn't he, in the open floor? And with that free throw, Diggs is now officially outscoring Georgetown 13-12, but then the Hoyas get back on the board. So now it's 23-14 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Some more subs check in for UT Martin, including Roshan Martin and Dominique Cleveland as Blaine Fry, nice turnaround basket, the little floater over the defenders. So 25-14 now. UT Martin making the 4 seed look silly. Georgetown is a very motivated team as you see Davario Hadley stay with it after Blaine Fry rejected him. The freshman has 6 points, already eclipsing his season average. But Georgetown should be a very motivated team. They had some doubters after Marquette beat them in the first round of the Big East tournament as Brian Gill, the freshman from South Beach, here in his home state playing in the first round of the NCAA tournament. He misses the pull-up J, but then Roshan Martin pressures Jesse Caskill, the freshman backup point guard for Georgetown, and forces him to step on the sideline. Roshan Martin doesn't offer much on offense as a backup point guard, but he is a superb and very skilled defender. So now 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Hadley again, he will tear up the defense inside to cut it back to a 7-point deficit. Coach Carter calling his first timeout of the contest. The lead is down to 7 for Georgetown, but UT Martin still feeling really good. We'll be back after this. And we're ready to come back here. The first round of the NCAA tournament. All starters check back in for UT Martin. So it's Darnay, Diggs, Teron Gardner, Schneiderman, and Blaine Fry. That's the 5 out on the floor for UT Martin as finally Jacques Diggs is rejected, but then Teron Gardner is there for the cleanup. The 6'7" junior, the power forward, the working man, Teron Gardner. He is having the first half of his life. Now 10 points in the game, 6 rebounds here in the first half, and he's averaging 11 and 7 on the season. So he's already near eclipsing his season totals, but then he's on the receiving end of a bad mismatch there as Eric Suttle skates by Gardner, and Blaine Fry is forced to foul, which is actually his second personal of the first half. So we got Niland in some foul trouble early, but now Blaine Fry will have to hit the bench for the rest of the first half as our 7-2 backup center, Dominique Cleveland, he will check in for the final couple seconds. Second half right around the corner, UT Martin up 27-19 as the defenses seem to be towing in finally here at the tail end of the first half. As this one works around to Jacques Diggs. It's contested though, a little short from our team captain. Volcine, he will collect the rebound. Jesse Caskell leads the break, and it'll work around to Volcine as he sits on it as we dwindle the clock down to 11 seconds. The final possession of the first half, Georgetown, it's in their hands. Suttle looks for a flashing Nolan as this one works around to Hadley eventually, and then he will get the roll. The freshman continues to be the best player out on the floor for Georgetown. But all in all, the Skyhawks have to be very proud of themselves for that show they put on in the first half. They lead the regular season Big East champions 27-21 at the break, holding the Hoyas to 37% shooting from the field. It was an awesome display of teamwork, rebounding intelligence, and timely shooting. UT Martin is working their tail off underneath, forcing Georgetown into bad looks down low, as they also tied with the Hoyas with 13 rebounds apiece at the break between the two teams. And taking care of the basketball with only 2 team turnovers has been very important, as Georgetown only scored 4 fast break points in the first 15 minutes. And with Tarik Niland only playing 3 first half minutes with those 2 early fouls, UT Martin is indeed sticking to their game plan. And if you're going to write a book on how to upset a team, I think this is it right here. On offense, it started with Jacques Diggs, of course. He averaged 13 points in the conference tournament, but he's already reached 13 in the first half of this game. But then near the end of the first half, he got some assistance from Teron Gardner, as Gardner posted 10 and 6 on 5 for 6 shooting, and Blaine Fry still made an impact on defense with a steal and a block. Georgetown looked like a completely different bunch with Niland on the sidelines, and the Skyhawks immediately went on a 15-2 run when he checked out. But luckily for the Hoyas, Davario Hadley had the best half of his young career. He's the only Hoya player with double-digit points. Kareem Volson and Eric Suttle also added 8 points combined. What adjustments will each coach make? How will Tarik Niland do after sitting on the bench for 12 minutes? Will UT Martin get complacent and let Georgetown come back in this one? All these questions will be answered when we come back. Coach Carter can taste that first NCAA tournament victory of his career, but we'll find out if he can hold on after the break. Well guys, we're back here in the first round of the NCAA Tournament. The 4 versus 13 game in the South Regional. The UT Martin Skyhawks are in fact leading the Big East champions of the regular season 27-21 at the end of the first half as Darnay Betancourt tries here in the first possession of UT Martin. In the second half, no dice there, as Kareem Volcine will then find Tarik Niland on the back door. Defensive miscommunication for sure. No way you can let the National Player of the Year candidate have that much room down low. So Niland trying to make up for lost time. He only played 3 minutes in the first half before checking out with those 2 personal fouls. Darnay then glides to the basket, this time with his offhand for a much more successful take. That's the second basket in 6 attempts. So UT Martin, they're still hungry. They want this first win of not only Coach Carter's career here, but the first win of their program's history in March Madness as well. That's what's on the line today, as Tarik Niland makes back-to-back buckets for the Hoyas. A quick 4 points for Niland out of the blocks here in the second half, as Georgetown also gets the lead back down to 4 as they're playing tough defense here. On this possession, Jacques Diggs forces it up with 1 second to shoot. No good, but Blaine Fry is there for the cleanup, but that is until Tarik Niland sends him back for his second block and only a handful of minutes played. Kareem Volcine will display the dribbling, and then he will hand it off to Eric Suttle, who will glide to the cup. Man, Georgetown coming out with a little bit of pep in their step. You can tell this team, just by their body language, is much more comfortable with Niland out on the hardwood as Gardner collects his 7th rebound of the game as we reach the 12-minute mark here to go in the first round game between UT Martin and Georgetown. Darnay has Nolan on him. He wants the ISO, and he wins another battle inside. I firmly believe Darnay Betancourt could be the X factor today to keep Georgetown out of this one. Betancourt, the transfer from Oklahoma, he knows exactly what it's like to play Power 5 competition every single night. He's faced guys like this for 2 years with the Sooners, and he's off to a good start here in the second half of action. Back up to a 4-point game. Valsine inside to Niland over his right shoulder. And Blaine Fry is whistled for another ticky-tack call. That's the third personal on our all-conference center, and he will have to check out once again. Niland may be playing with a little bit of a vendetta, if you will. He was whistled for 2 early fouls and now gets Blaine Fry into foul trouble as Dominique Cleveland and Dusty Harrison retake the floor for UTM. Now approaching 11 minutes to go in the game, Hadley wants Niland once again, this time over his right shoulder again, but on the left side of the floor, we brought 2 defenders, still not enough to knock Niland off his stride. Georgetown has life, tying this game back up at 31 apiece. Coach Carter burns his second time out of the contest. We'll be back after this. Georgetown opening up the second half on a 10-4 run. They have life for sure, as Tarik Niland will then try to assist to Valsine, who knocks it down with a foot on the line. That's what makes Georgetown so hard to guard on offense, even though they don't do anything spectacular. They'll bang it down low with Niland and then kick it out to one of their many three-point weapons. They don't take many threes as a team, but they do shoot a very good percentage because they're just so cerebral on the offensive end. Now a pick and roll between Valsine and Niland, which is sent back by Evan Schneiderman, who checks in at the 4. This one is a bounce pass to Diggs. He will hesitate, then fire as they don't close out on our team captain, the senior from San Antonio, Texas, with 16 points out of our 34 on the game. Now approaching 9 to play, Georgetown retakes the lead once again. Betancourt, Schneiderman, Harrison to Diggs, trying to make it 2 in a row. And he delivers. Jacques Diggs with 19 against the Hoyas. Superb defense. What a game from our team captain. We were waiting for a breakthrough, and it seems like Diggs saved it all for the NCAA tournament as Darnay, he gets a deflection. Diggs, he will run, is blocked, but Betancourt is there. Up and under move. Yes, he will finish. The Hoyas open up the second half on a 10-4 run, and UT Martin, after Teron Gardner knocks down these 2 free throws, will respond with a 10-2 run of their own. Tarik Niland is gassed after a explosive 7 minutes to open up the half, so Donovan Grove checks back in for him. Gardner 2 for 2, and Georgetown burns another timeout. 41-35, UT Martin, with a sudden burst of energy, gives themselves a 6-point lead with 8:11 left to go. We'll be right back. 7:30 left to go here in the first round of the NCAA tournament. That turnover we just saw by Georgetown now doubles their turnover output on the game. They have 6 team giveaways compared to UT Martin's 3, as Darnay is hacked as we come back from commercial break by Donovan Grove with no whistle. Here comes Valsine, and the middle is closed down by Teron Gardner, who approaches a double-double on the game, continues to play great defense, but Betancourt with a very errant turnover there. It's taken away by Subtle, and then Hadley is rejected by Evan Schneiderman on the perimeter. What defense we've seen displayed by both teams, but UT Martin seems to want it just a little bit more than the Hoyas right now. They still remain up by 4, 6:36 left to go. No Tarik Niland out on the floor for Georgetown. He desperately needed a breather. So we'll see what kind of Georgetown team we see moving forward without him on the floor, as Teron Gardner now with 14 points and 9 rebounds on the contest. He continues his career performance, making 3/4 of his shots on the contest. Davario Hadley, he'll try it from 3 once again. He's closed out nicely, but Valsine is there for second chance points. He out-rebounds Betancourt and Gardner, the 6'5" point guard. Records a 3-point play the hard way. And here comes back Tarik Niland out on the floor as we let our backcourt get a quick breather. Rashawn Martin, Brian Gill will check in. And Blaine Fry, who sat most of the second half up to this point with his 3 personals, he also will join the starters out on the hardwood. And so on this possession, we see Brian Gill, the freshman from West Palm Beach, Florida, playing in front of his hometown today, as this first round is in Florida. No good there. That one's rejected by Subtle. So Georgetown has it back down to a one-possession game. Here's Leon Butler, a Staten Island native, who will drive and is blocked by Teron Gardner. I mean, hey, if we don't get the call, Darnay got hacked before, at least that goes both ways because there was definitely some contact on that one. Rashawn Martin with the pull-up. That one's not happening. Rashawn Martin, not much of a jump shooter as UT Martin starting to hit a bit of a cold patch on offense. 5 minutes left to go. Leon Butler down low to Niland, back to Butler, and then gives it to Niland. A double team comes, he will hang, fire, no good. Niland is there though, and at least we don't allow a three-point play. Tarik Niland is on the receiving end of a foul by Brian Gill. And it was also lucky that Blaine Fry didn't get his fourth on that play because he was in the mix there. A lot of contact inside for Niland that he drew. So the 5 out on the floor for UT Martin will be Betancourt and Diggs. The starting backcourt comes back in. Teron Gardner actually gets a breather. He's played so well today, but Schneiderman moves to the 4, and Dusty Harrison, the sophomore 3-and-D specialist, off the bench, he will move to the 3 as Darnay will receive a screen and score once again. 8 second-half points, and they've all come at huge times for the junior point man. 4:10 left to go. UT Martin back up by 3 as Betancourt is at the controls. He will survey, get another screen from Blaine Fry. This one's cut off nicely. The rotation to Dusty Harrison. He's open and will sink it through. What range by the sophomore, making 44% on the season, but that was probably the biggest shot of the sophomore's entire life. 3:48 left to go. UT Martin opens it up a little bit. The lead jumps from 3 to 6 with Dusty Harrison's shot, as here comes Eric Suttle, who continues to do a good job slashing today. The sophomore has 8 points on the game. So Georgetown continues to make plays on offense to keep pace with UT Martin, but they're going to need some stops here at the tail end of the game. 3.5 left to go. Blaine Fry. He has it one-on-one against Niland, but he will think better of it. Give it to Darnay, who makes an even better look inside the Blaine Fry. What an assist by the 6'7" point guard. Darnay with one of the biggest game plays of the entire game. If UT Martin holds on, that will be a huge turning point with that assist. A no-look feed to Fry. 3 minutes left to go. It's back up to 6. Niland's open, and he tries to power his way inside the post, but will give it back to Volcine. Trapped underneath. Rotation over to Dylan Nolan. Schneiderman with another block, but Nolan gets it back. 9 seconds left on this possession. Nolan again with the lane. He's cut off. 5 seconds to shoot. Inside. Tarik Niland. They whistle Blaine Fry for a foul with 3 seconds left to go on the possession. Another bailout call for Georgetown. Oh my goodness. Blaine Fry up to 4 personals as Teron Gardner checks in for Dusty Harrison as Schneiderman slides back to the 3 after Harrison probably hit the biggest shot of his life. 50-45. UT Martin trying to bleed this clock a little bit. They are in pretty good position, but anything could happen, including a steal. Eric Suttle takes the lazy pass away from Betancourt, and then finishing on the other end is Volcine, the starting point guard for the Hoyas, up to 11. UT Martin has done a great job limiting turnovers all game long. That's only their 4th giveaway of the game, but it comes at a horrible time. 2 timeouts left for Coach Carter. He takes one here. UT Martin up by 3 as we keep it right here with 2 minutes to go. 13 seed UT Martin Skyhawks 2 minutes away from this huge upset win. As they lead the Georgetown Hoyas by 3, it's going to be a pick and pop between Betancourt and Diggs. No space to work, so Coach Carter will call a pick and roll between his 2 best offensive players today, Diggs and Gardner. Inside, but Gardner can't handle the feed. It goes off his hands. Another turnover, but Darnay Betancourt makes the ultimate hustle play. He beats Volcine and Eric Suttle back up the floor to tip that entry pass. And UT Martin still holds a 3-point lead after 2 turnovers. So back out on offense. Can we finally protect the ball? No, it's given away again. Teron Gardner gives it back. This time it goes inside, but Teron Gardner out of nowhere for his 3rd block. He hustled all the way back after giving it away. And this hustle play might have just topped Betancourt's on the last possession. UT Martin, you can tell how bad this team from the Ohio Valley Conference wants this upset win. We're down to 1:14 left to go. Betancourt will flash. This one is a 3. It's long, but Blaine Fry is there. for his second offensive board, giving UT Martin a fresh shot clock with a minute to play. 3-point lead for UT Martin. Diggs from the elbow, another turnover. Oh my goodness, subtle. Another steal. This one goes to Hadley. He has it blocked. Evan Schneiderman now stepping up. How many defensive plays will we see from UT Martin to stay in the driver's seat? Oh my goodness, the defense has just been on another level here in the last 2 minutes. 40 seconds left to go. UT Martin could not grab that block, and instead it will be Eric Suttle getting by Jacques Diggs. And a smart play not to foul there. Just let him buy you, Diggs, and let him take the 2 points instead of a potential 3-point play. So, unfortunately, we cannot grab that Schneiderman block like we did the Betancourt steal and the Gardner block. So, Georgetown has it back down to a 1-point game. It's a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's all on the line here. It's do or die for UT Martin. Here we go with Diggs. He's going to flash. He's going to take it. He's open! And Jacques Diggs might have just sent UT Martin to the next round. 14 seconds left to go. Valsine to Hadley. This one is off. In the hands, though, of Nolan, who finally gets on the board. The freshman Dylan Nolan with his first points on the game, and it comes at a crucial point to at least keep the door cracked open for Georgetown. They have it down to 2 with 7 seconds left to go, but they only have, now after this foul, 4 personal fouls as a team here in the second half. So it takes them a couple seconds to get UT Martin in the bonus as Diggs flashes, and he will be fouled by Eric Suttle with 2.2 left to go on the game. It's all on the shoulders now of our senior team captain, Jacques Diggs. He's taken 374 free throws in his career, making 74% of them, but none as big as these. He gets the first one off of a friendly bounce. Everything's on the line here in the second one. This is to make it a 2-possession game. UT Martin's first ever NCAA Tournament victory is on the line, and Jacques Diggs comes through. 55-51, 2-possession game. No time to get a shot off. UT Martin has won their first NCAA Tournament game in school history. Coach Carter waited 6 years for this moment. You subscribers have waited 6 years for this moment. And finally, it has come. And it feels like nothing else we've ever felt in this series. All of the losses in the postseason, it all comes down to this. And Coach Carter delivered to upset the Georgetown Hoyas after these 3 colossal defensive plays down the stretch. We had the Darnay steal. We had the Teron Gardner block. After he turned it over, he got his ass back on the other side of the floor to reject the best slasher on Georgetown, and then Evan Schneiderman setting back Hadley. 3 crucial defensive plays that really told you how much Tennessee Martin wanted this game. 55-51. This is the pinnacle right here. This is how good as it gets here in this series. They survive a nail-biter behind 24 from Diggs, 14 from Gardner, superb defense from Blaine Fry, and Evan Schneiderman with 3 key blocks. Dusty Harrison making the shot of his life deep into the second half. And Darnay Betancourt, how could we forget his 9 second half points? Oh my goodness, what a game. Tarik Niland only played 16 minutes, but still scored 14 points. He would have pushed 25 if he played starters minutes. You can tell this kid's legit even with the abbreviated playing time. But we survived Georgetown, the Big East champions, and we will move on. And now, the next question for UT Martin and Coach Carter, the 13th seed from the South region. Who will they play in the next round? Well, it's either going to be between the 5 seed, the VCU Rams, or the 12 seed, the Southern Illinois Salukis. This is a game I might want to sit in and watch. If you guys are down for a live stream or something, it might be like an hour-long live stream, but we could sit in and watch VCU versus SIU because this is a very interesting matchup. VCU is one of the best defensive teams in the entire country. They even let up less points per game than Georgetown does and what we do. But at the same token, Southern Illinois has 2 extremely good guards, both rated in the high 80s. So it'll be interesting to see those 2 guards go up against VCU's tough perimeter defense. Wow, guys, I don't know what to say. We've spent a lot of time in this series There's been a lot of close calls, a lot of great moments, a lot of bad moments, but I think this win today triumphs it all, as UT Martin will move on to play either Southern Illinois or VCU in the round of 32 to try to survive the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. This is such a great moment in the series. I'm so happy you joined me today on the channel, and stay tuned. I'll let you guys know if I want to live stream that SIU versus VCU game to see who we play in the next round, or I might just make it its own video. I'll keep you guys posted on that and posted on the Road to NBA 2K live stream coming in the next few days. Thanks for joining me today on this amazing episode of College Hoops 2K Legacy Mode, featuring the legendary Coach Carter, who now has an NCAA tournament win under his belt. See you guys next time. Stay tuned for more.